The movie begins with Tsukiko, a high school girl who's a member of the photography club and loves to take pictures of everything around her. One day, on her way home, she stops in front of a building that's still under construction and snaps a photo of her close friend Yoshi, who doesn't understand why Tsukiko is always taking pictures of random things instead of something beautiful like the sunset. By coincidence, they run into Tomie, Tsukiko's older half-sister who goes to the same school. Tomie is standing with a boy named Toshio, the same guy Tsukiko secretly has a crush on. She feels jealous seeing her sister spending time with him so often. Tsukiko calls out to her sister, asking her to pose for a picture. Tomie stands under the construction site as Tsukiko starts taking several photos of her. Suddenly, Tomie looks at her and says she knows exactly how she feels, that jealousy in her heart could lead to trouble. Tsukiko is surprised by her words and is about to ask what she means when, out of nowhere, a huge iron beam falls from above and pierces straight through Tomie's neck. Everyone freezes in shock at the horrifying scene. The camera drops from Tsukiko's hands but keeps recording, capturing Tomie's final moments, her eyes turning blood red, staring directly at Tsukiko. A year passes after the tragedy, but Tsukiko still can't overcome the trauma of Tomie's death. Nightmares haunt her constantly. On Tomie's birthday, the family gathers to remember her, lighting candles and eating cake. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Tsukiko, feeling uneasy, approaches carefully. From outside, a girl's voice says, "It's Tomie!" Shocked, Tsukiko runs to tell her parents. Her father opens the door, and there she is, Tomie, standing alive. The whole family freezes in disbelief, then rushes to hug her in joy, too overwhelmed to even question how she came back from the dead. They welcome her home as if nothing ever happened. Tomie says she's hungry, but when they offer her cake, she snaps at them, demanding something better, asking what kind of welcome this is. Then she notices a framed photo of herself, the last picture Tsukiko took before her death. Her parents look at it lovingly, but Tomie suddenly smashes it to pieces. That night, Tsukiko walks into Tomie's room and finds her taking a bath. Tomie laughs and tells her to join her. The atmosphere is tense and unsettling. The next morning, Tsukiko enters the living room and finds her father sniffing Tomie's hair in a disturbing way. When she asks what he's doing, he says he just missed his daughter. Tsukiko is shocked by his strange behavior, unaware that Tomie had cast some kind of spell on him. Later, Tsukiko goes outside and sees her mother burning all their family photos. When she tries to stop her, her mother says Tomie told her to do it. Tomie comes out, and the two sisters start arguing over a photo. They pull it back and forth until Tomie hits her head against the wall. The father gets furious at Tsukiko for hurting her sister, and starts beating her with a phone cord, only stopping when Tomie tells him to. Trying to calm down, Tsukiko takes a bath, but Tomie joins her again. Tsukiko admits she's always felt guilty about her sister's death. Suddenly, the lights start flickering, making Tsukiko anxious, but Tomie remains calm, slowly moving closer. When she tries to touch her, Tsukiko pushes her away. Tomie smirks and says she knows about her crush on Toshio, and that she was always jealous of her. Then Tomie brushes her hair to one side, revealing the deep scar on her neck where the iron beam struck. From that wound, a long, snake-like tongue slithers out, and her face twists into something hideous. Tsukiko screams and runs to her parents, trying to tell them that her sister is a monster, but they don't believe her. Instead, they tell her to apologize. Tomie enters the room and says she doesn't want to live in this house anymore. She starts packing her things, but her father begs her to stay. Tsukiko yells at them, saying Tomie is deceiving them, she's not their daughter. When Tomie refuses to stay, her father snaps, grabs a knife, and stabs her in the back, killing her. Overcome with guilt, he takes her body to the bathroom and slices it apart. But as he does, Tomie's eyes suddenly move, locking their gaze on Tsukiko once again. The next morning, the family looks exhausted. While preparing Tsukiko's lunchbox, the mother accidentally drops a piece of raw meat inside. At school, Yoshi notices Tsukiko looks pale and tired, but she won't tell her what's wrong. During class, the teacher introduces a new transfer student, Tsukiyoko looks up and freezes in terror. It's Tomie again. She's back, as if nothing happened. None of the other students recognize her. At lunch, Tsukiyoko tries to explain everything to Yoshi, but her friend doesn't believe her. When she opens her lunchbox, she finds Tomie's severed head inside, only smaller, still alive and staring. She screams, throws the box, and runs outside in panic. Later, Yoshi goes looking for her and hears strange noises coming from the trash bin. When she opens the box, she finds multiple Tomie faces inside, all screaming. Suddenly, long, grotesque tongues shoot out of them and attack her. Back at home, the family had thrown Tomie's severed head into the trash, but the head crawls back out and speaks to the father, begging for help. He thinks he's hallucinating, but Tomie insists she needs to consume one of her family members to regenerate her body. Eventually, she convinces him to kill his wife. Meanwhile, at school, Toshio grows closer to Tsukiyoko and gently asks if she's still grieving over her sister's death. They share a heartfelt conversation about pain, fear, and the darkness that now shadows their lives. After that, Tsukiyoko began to feel much better and started feeling happy because Toshio finally started treating her normally. He even invited her to go with him to the judo club to photograph his team. While they were there, Tomie appeared in the training room, challenging all the guys. Toshio was shocked to see that she was still alive, but she completely ignored him. One guy approached to spar with her, but she defeated him effortlessly, leaving everyone stunned. Later, Toshio tried to ask her how she had come back, but Tomie acted as if she didn't remember anything, then grabbed him, threw him to the ground, and slapped him hard. Tsukiyoko watched the scene, feeling jealous. After school, she tried to ask the new Tomie exactly who she was, but she didn't answer and threatened her to stay away from Toshio. When Tsukiyoko got home, her mother wasn't there. She found a bag that was said to contain medicine. She didn't think much about it and went to her room. Meanwhile, her father was taking some medicine for his head, and later we discovered that he had actually killed her mother at Tomie's request. Tomie had ordered him to cut out her mother's tongue and eat it, and he didn't ask why, he just did everything she told him. The next day, Toshio was ignoring Tsukiyoko while walking with the new Tomie, leaving her heartbroken. She went to the studio to develop some photos of Yoshi she had with her, not knowing that Yoshi had actually died some time ago, so she spoke to her as if everything was normal. Suddenly, Yoshi revealed to Tsukiyoko that she had the same tumor that Tomie had on her shoulder, and Tsukiyoko ran away from her in panic. Tsukiyoko then went to the guys in the judo club but found them speaking strangely, as if possessed, and they wanted to kill anyone around. She fled again. Yoshi entered the room and asked the team about her. When they saw the tumor, they attacked her and grabbed her, planning to kill her because of it. Tsukiyoko kept trying to escape, running through the hallways, and entered a room where she found Toshio stabbing Tomie multiple times with a knife while laughing, the place covered in blood. When she called Toshio, he regained consciousness and apologized to Tomie for killing her. Tsukiyoko told him to run immediately, but he wanted to stay. Suddenly, the blood started moving on its own, and a new Tomie appeared and went to kiss Toshio. Tsukiyoko stood frozen, terrified as she watched. Back in the judo team room, they were about to cut off Yoshi's head with pruning scissors. She begged them to stop, but the tumor in her shoulder encouraged them to continue. Eventually, they cut her head off, and it fell to the ground. They were thinking about how to get rid of the body when suddenly the tumor in her severed head started forming a new head and attacked them. In another room, Tomie and Toshio were as they had been. Tsukiyoko got frustrated, grabbed a knife, and killed Toshio with a blow to the neck. Then Tomie struck her in the face, causing her body to explode and flood the place with blood. After that, Yoshi, with her severed head, chased Tsukiyoko through the entire school. She ran past the hallways, seeing the judo team all dead, but kept running, went upstairs, and hid in a room, thinking she was safe. Suddenly, something moved behind her in a trash bin. It was her father's severed head, with legs covered in hair, and even the hair had small attached heads. Tsukiyoko was terrified and started backing away. Then another Tomie emerged from the closet, and Yoshi entered the room. They all surrounded her while she cried in fear. One of them approached to kiss her, and suddenly, Tsukiyoko woke up in her bed. It had all been a dream. She sat with her mother and father at breakfast, laughing at herself for thinking it was real. But then she saw her father eating a clump of hair from her plate. She ran to her mother for help but was horrified to see her mother's head. Her parents tried to kill her, and while she was trying to escape, she saw the giant head in the living room, from which multiple heads emerged, not one, but 44 heads. Tsukiyoko tried to flee the house, but Toshio tried to push her down the stairs. She pushed him instead. Later, Yoshi appeared and also tried to push her down the stairs, but Tsukiyoko shoved her away, while the insects attacked her. She tried to lock herself in her room, but the giant Tomie appeared in front of the door. Tsukiyoko started filming her until she walked away, then she went downstairs and talked to the giant Tomie, telling her she was the only person who really understood her. The sisters started to reconcile, but the insects circled Tsukiyoko and killed her. In the final scene, we see Tsukiyoko leaving the house, now resembling Tomie, walking through the city and seeing Tomie's face in everyone. In the end, she meets a strange man and agrees to go home with him. At the very end, we see the man killing her brutally. Tsukiyoko looks in the mirror and sees Tomie's face. The sisters exchange looks and laugh hysterically. The movie ends. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.